Hey, I'm your host, Port City Ace, and today on Philly Fan Sports, we go over the Eagles injury report. We also look at a signing that we just had as well, and we also check out one of our rivals signing a wide receiver. Which wide receiver? I'll let you know here on Philly Fan Sports.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
All right, so Gardner Johnson, our starting safety, he's still on injury reserve. He's on injury reserve until week 16, still with that lacerated kidney, so he'll still miss 2 more games. He'll miss the Chicago game, and he'll also miss the Dallas game, and which really didn't come at a great time because our backup safety, which was starting for him, Reed Blankenship, he ended up getting hurt in the last game against the Giants with basically with a knee injury. It's not as bad as we initially thought, which is a good thing, but he'll still miss some time, right? So we then ended up with having one safety, which was Kavon Wallace, someone that we actually drafted, but he needed some backup. We also needed some help in that area, so we didn't want to go into another week with just having one extra safety, right? So we ended up going back to sign someone that was previously on the team a while ago last season, which is Anthony Harris, the safety who was just cut by the Broncos. But luckily for us, he played for us last year, so we're just bringing him back into the fold with us. And it's actually a good move, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been hearing rumblings that, hey, you know what, let's possibly go back and look into some old safeties that we had. And I'm just like, nah. Right now, I mean, those guys literally can't help us as much as I believe Harris could. And, I think that Harris would be a good pickup, even though initially when we signed him, I thought he was going to be a great safety for us. And I think that he was going to really do a lot more than what he did for us. But unfortunately, he didn't. So that's why we ended up getting rid of him. And we ended up drafting Wallace, Kavon Wallace. And then he didn't really pan out the way we needed him to. So then we ended up going and go get Gardner Johnson from the Saints. So everything really, to be honest with you, worked out for us. But as of right now, I believe that we have secondary issues. I don't. I think that Wallace will come in. I mean, Harris will come in. I'm sorry. Harris will come in and he will kind of man and kind of hold down the fort until Gardner Johnson gets back or until Reed Blankenship actually gets back first. I believe Reed will be back before Gardner Johnson will. So he'll just, I think, hold the fort down until Reed gets back. And so that's really more or less where we currently are in regards to our safety and secondary situation currently. In other injury report news, Lane Johnson, he had an abdominal injury and he is basically day to day. So I believe that he will play. I don't think that it's going to be something that's going to keep him out. But I think as of right now, he will play against Chicago this coming week. Our punter Siposs is also on the injury report this week with the ankle injury from last game against the Giants with that scoop advance kind of block punt situation that he ended up getting hurt on the sideline. So he'll be out for a few weeks as well. I'm guessing roughly 2 to 3 weeks in regards to the ankle injury. So we ended up signing a Pro Bowl punter, Brent Kern from Tennessee. He last played for Tennessee. He's also a 3-time Pro Bowler as well. So that was a big pickup for us. And we definitely needed it in our kicking game because we also had our actual kicker being a punter. Most punters can kick. Most kickers can punt, which is actually not their specialty. They can do it, but you need actual punter to be a punter and a kicker to be a kicker. So this was also a pretty big pickup for us, just like I said, due to the injury that we currently have as well. Because you don't want your kicker to also get hurt in a punt. Then now you're out a punter and a kicker, right? So you always want to have a punter and a kicker both to, for special teams purposes. All right. So that's also another situation that we got covered this week as well. Okay. So, which is a good thing. So we had, some safety concerns. I believe that we really kind of taken care of. And also Lane Johnson's situation isn't as bad as I initially thought as well with the abdominal issues. Other news in the NFC East, our rivals, the Dallas Cowboys, signed T.Y. Hilton. Boo! To be honest with you, I think this really was a really good signing by them. Everybody kept saying OBJ, OBJ, OBJ. I'm not an OBJ fan personally, and especially now with his leg issues the last few seasons, and him hurting himself in the Super Bowl. Like I said in a previously, I think that he's really not going to sign with the team this year. I think that leg injury is more significant than they're letting on, because I think T.Y. Hilton currently is a better route runner. Of course, he was previously a four-time Pro Bowler with the Colts, Indianapolis Colts. So I'm not sure how much juice he has, but I think Dallas really just more or less brought him in just to kind of have, one or two big plays, and get them to where they want to go, what I'm saying, against the Eagles. So they just want to get him in this week. And then possibly, like I said, the following week, against us. I think that's really where they're trying to gear up for and going into the playoffs as well. So am I, concerned? I'm not concerned, but it was a better signing, I think, than them signing OBJ. So, on to the next one. All right. Port City Ace, I'm out.